Mama Shoko, are you okay? The hell are you doing coming out of nowhere? Don't scare me like that. Hey, you're the little one from last night. Why are you here? Are you okay? I heard a scream. Scream? What are you? Oh, I was cleaning when that thing came at me. Thing? Was it a roach or? I was chasing it with insecticide when it turned on me. Son of a bitch came right at me. Oh, I'm sorry. I've known a few people that's happened to, and it's always scary. I couldn't help but to scream. It's damned embarrassing. Anyway, I'm glad you're safe. Ah, I'm fine. Well, since we're here. Do you always start work at this hour? I usually start a little later, but I closed up late last night right after you left. It was early, but sometimes early is good. So I came in a little early today to clean up, and then you're attacked by that thing. And that's that. So what's my little one up to? Last night you mentioned you grew up around here. There's more I'd like to ask you about that. Oh, is that it? Well, little one, as long as it's you doing the asking, I'll happily cooperate. Really? Thank you. Like I said last night, little one, I remember the whole thing. It's just, at the time I was so occupied with my own life that I didn't pay attention to the case at all. It was a lousy time for a kid no older than you, but... You were very brave to come running when you heard my screams. Thanks for your concern, little one. The only clues I have right now are my sketches. Alright, so let's show. And who is that? It's a sketch of a boy who went missing 18 years ago, but drawn how he might look like today. Nothing about him is familiar, no matter how many times I look at it. You showed me this last night, but who is it? Minoru Suzuki. He's part of the case that happened 18 years ago. Oh. Oh? Minoru Suzuki? Nah, sorry, I haven't heard that name before. Nah, that name doesn't ring a bell. Could you please take one more good look at it? I can look at it all day, but I've still never seen it before. The thing is, this is just a sketch drawn from someone's imagination. It probably looks very different. Mashoko's right, but this is the only clue I have to work with right now. You think maybe this guy's a murderer? Nah, there's no way. Maybe, but I'm really not sure either. It does seem likely he's involved in some way. He's connected to the first female victim from 18 years ago. The first victim? What was her name? She was 17 years old at the time. She would have been the same age as me. Oh? Miyake Shisumi. I had a friend named Miyake, but I never knew what her last name was. How was that? Kids in similar situations tend to end up in similar places. Bonds form. Usually those kids don't like the sound of their own last names, you know? Even if it was the Ayaka that I knew, I don't remember any real details. Kids like us never talked about ourselves much. The day he was killed, her father also died. What? How? The house was destroyed by fire. He was burned to death. Fire? My God. Now do you say that? I remember there was a fire around that time. Oh? I don't know if it could be the same fire. The only thing I know for sure is that it wasn't in this town. That's why I don't think the Ayaka I knew was the Ayaka Shitsumi. I didn't know anyone from anywhere else. Ah, okay. Still though, could it be? What's that? Do you think the father was the killer? Maybe he got drunk, killed his daughter, and started a fire when he fell asleep smoking. I think it's unlikely that that's what happened. Oh, that's too bad. I guess too bad isn't what I mean. So that's why I suspect the other guy, even though he's still missing all these years later. Minoru. Yeah, it's just... The police think Minoru is dead. Oh? Gotta ask, why do people think Minoru is dead? Well, he's missing and might have been badly injured. Apparently there was quite a bit of blood left behind in his apartment, so some people think he might already be dead. Oh, I wonder if that apartment is the one near where I was living. Oh? Yeah, I remember a couple of cop cars pulled up to the neighboring apartment building. A detective was in and out of one apartment over and over, so I started to wonder what was going on. The landlord was following the detective around, frantically telling him what had happened. Oh? The story got around that the apartment was soaked in blood and the man who lived there was missing. At the time I didn't really believe it, but now I sure do wonder if it was that Suzuki guy. Mama Shoko, where were you living then? Oh, it was Kamimatsu. It's a seaside neighborhood, just south of Sagawa. I don't know how to say it. Let's go with that one. Kamimatsu. Thank you, Mama. I'm headed to Kamimatsu. Wait a minute. Huh? Why didn't you ask the police for this information? You know people on the force. They have a lot of their own stuff they're dealing with, and... See? I told you. You can't count on the cops. But, I guess the police can't just share information with everyone who asks. That's true. You should get going, little one. You're dealing with the murderer, so be careful. I will. Goodbye. I wouldn't call them panhandlers. It's one day out of the year, trick-or-treating. I think my niece is going as a unicorn. I'm not sure if my nephew's going as, but he's not going to have many more trick-or-treating outings. Soon he's going to have to go take his sister, and he's going to hate it. How do I know that? I wonder. I didn't hate taking my sister trick-or-treating. It's like, we got to the point like we just went with our friends. But like, I was never a big trick-or-treater. Actually, I enjoyed handing out candy to other kids more than I enjoyed getting candy myself, because especially as I got older, like I could just get my own candy. Totally different feel than Kafuku Station. It's a really cool place, vibrant I guess you'd say. It's also where a man disappeared in a trail of blood. If that man really was Minoru Suzuki, then there might be a clue to the case around here. Lots of fresh fish. Yep, definitely me. Up to you. Alright, sorry to intrude, but may I ask you a few questions? Huh? Can I help you? I'm with the Atsugi Detective Agency and I'm looking for someone. Okay. Sounds different than it was, but I know how it used to be. Have you seen the person in this sketch recently? His name is Minoru Susugi. He used to live in this area. Maybe I've seen him before? I don't remember. So much is different than it used to be. Oh? Oh, do you know if... It's the town that's different, mostly. The number of houses, there's not as many of them, you know? Ah. Anyway, thanks for showing that to me. Alright, on to someone else. Excuse me, have you got a moment? Huh? What is it? I'm with the Atsugi Detective Agency. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh, a detective. Do you make a lot of money as a detective? Do I what? If being a detective is good money, then you should hire me. I just quit my job and I'm broke. I don't think we're recruiting. Ah, damn. Well, okay. What do you want to talk about? I'm wondering if you know this man. His name is Minoru Susugi. Used to live in this area. Don't recognize him. I've never heard the name. Okay, thank you. Headset died, sorry. Pardon me, do you have a moment to chat? Hmm? Yes, what's wrong? I'm with the Atsugi Detective Agency and I'm looking for someone. Amazing, a detective. Oh my gosh, you're really young. You're lucky that found me. I'm a very well-informed auntie. Oh, thank you. Probably has no idea who this guy is. Do you recognize this person? His name is Minoru Susugi. He lived in this area 18 years ago. Minoru Susugi. Oh yeah, I know Minoru Susugi. Really? I mean, I haven't seen him recently. I remember a name like that, yeah, I'm pretty sure he worked at a garage around here. I don't know if that's what he looked like, though. It's been a long time. Is that garage still in business? Oh yeah, and they're still going strong. It's called... Todoroki Motors. It's an easy name to remember since Todoroki is the kanji for car 3 times. Turn right at the corner, then go straight. You'll find it at the end of a residential street. Wow, this turned a lot. Yeah, you did. Does she? What if I can actually know the other sketch? Uh, hmm. Oh, I don't know him. Oh my, but it's frustrating to realize there are things even I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Great of you to help. Think I'll go to the motors, yeah. Glad to be of service. I can just tell something good is going to happen today, can't you? Stay safe out there for Auntie. Yes, I will. Thank you so much. So someone at least heard of him, so we're trending in the right direction here. Must be lunchtime. Should call Fukuyama. Not picking up. Maybe he's still in class? Tachibana. Oh, Fukuyama. Sorry to keep you waiting, Tachibana. I didn't have time to answer the phone, so I ran here. I wish you'd just show up normally. Oh. Well, now that you're here... Yes, of course, Tachibana. Follow me, I'll show you to the reception room. Alright, thank you. Sorry I couldn't get us someplace fancier to meet. It's not a problem at all. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. Oh, of course, Tachibana. Fukuyama, I need to get straight to the point. Oh, the tie. I have it right here. Yep, it's the same tie. Thank you for letting me borrow it. So, you think that tie will help with your investigation? I do. It's possible this tie is the key to solving the case. Oh, wow. I'm glad I could help out. Glad I could help you with the case. I got to borrow a tie so I can go back to the office now. Huh? What's wrong with you? It's acting kind of weird. I'm curious about how he's acting, but I think it's time to leave. Fukuyama, thank you for your time today, and for letting me borrow the tie. Well, I'll be off now. Tachibana. Yes? I hate to ask, but can you meet with me after class? Yeah, sure. That was really random. Let's see, 3 kanji for cars. I guess maybe a little further? Huh? What the heck? Oh. Hello? Okay, that was really weird. What a strange thing to become a fad. I should get going. The one kid by himself definitely was like, okay. Planet Coffee. Should have known he'd want to meet here again, but he seems a little off today. I wonder what's wrong. Sorry to take up more of your time today, Tachibana. Not a problem. I enjoy having tea with you. That's nice to hear. Alright, what do you want? So what's going on? I can tell something's on your mind. Tachibana. Yes? Do you know what today is? No. Today is my payday. Oh? You know what that means, don't you, Tachibana? Do I? Yes, today is the day we order tiramisu. Excuse me, waiter, 2 tiramisu and milk tea sets, please. Sure thing, coming right up. I hope you'll stay and eat with me, because this will be the last tiramisu set of my life, after all. Huh? What? Thank you for waiting. Here's 2 sets of tiramisu. Let's eat. Um, it's really random. What should I do? I guess I'll eat it for now. Looks good. Don't know what it is, but it looks good. Thanks for the food. It's delicious. They have the best here, the absolute best. I'm both ecstatic and thrilled to be able to enjoy it with you. We are forming a memory that will last a lifetime. Awkward. I need to ask you something, if you don't mind. What did you mean by the last set of your life? Remember when I told you I was a majestic warrior in the name of education? Of course I do. And you always said that this restaurant is like an oasis for you, right? Yes, but look at me. You sense it too, right? I'm not a warrior. I don't deserve an oasis. Huh? I'm I'm a failure as a teacher. Oh, I love the tiramisu set. I'll say it again because I really want the world to know I love the tiramisu set. That much. Ah, but the tiramisu exceptional. Okay, cool. I eat it on payday. I spend all my days as a teacher thinking about it, looking forward to it, craving it. But that ends today. Never again. But why? What's going on with this guy? Why does he suddenly think he's unfit to be a teacher? It must be related to Megumi. Oh, come to think of it, I didn't get a chance to see how Megumi is doing. Something else happened since I saw her last? Fukuyama, about Megumi. Oh, Megumi. Yeah? I feel so badly for her because I'm the one who killed Zuki. It was me. Huh? What? What? I realized I was responsible for Izuki's death. Huh? On the day he was murdered, Izuki fought with Megumi. If I'd paid attention and realized how Megumi felt, if I talked to her, guided her the right way, Izuki would still be alive today and she would be happy. Oh, okay. So basically, I killed her. I'm a failure as a teacher. I said I'm a warrior. All I am is a hopeless idiot. I mean, well, you're not that far from that, but that's okay. Your heart's still in a good place. Luki's best friend Koei told you guys what he knows. Think about that. He stepped forward to share his thoughts to try and help solve the case. How much courage must that have taken for a middle schooler? He's lost his best friend. His whole world is upside down right now, but he did it. Yeah? Worse, Koei blames himself for not understanding how Azuki was feeling. He was suffering so much, poor kid. It was the same with Megumi. She was struggling, believing Azuki's death was her fault. Look at me. I was so pleased with myself, so sure I was a great teacher. But I didn't stop any of this. I let the kids teach me I was great, even though I'm the one that's supposed to be the teacher. That's why I'm quitting teaching. I realize I'm not cut out for this job. Wow. Anyway, that's what's going on. I'm sorry I put you through this depressing conversation. Well, we should eat. The tiramisu is getting cold. Oh, right. Tiramisu is served cold. It's a cold dish. Sorry to drop such a depressing topic on you. Tachibana, please don't make that face. It makes me sad. Basachi. Huh? Your students call you Basachi because of your first name, Tsubasa. And they use that name because they're friendly with you, right? Sure, but what does my nickname have to do with anything? I'll tell you. You see the students off as they leave school. Every day since you've been a teacher, yeah? Yeah? Thought I could maybe notice if anything is off, like if they're having trouble with anything. I did notice Suzuki and Megumi's troubles. No, I think maybe I did notice, but I pretended not to. No, the truth is that I couldn't stop thinking about my upcoming payday. And two of them, it's so terrible, but they really helped me. They showed me that I'm a bad teacher. I can at least have a gratitude for that. I think that, even though teachers teach students, they have a lot to learn from them too. You know that. You said it yourself, and you accept it. You are a very good teacher, in my opinion. I think it's wonderful to have a teacher who puts his heart and soul into the job. You're someone who is always there for his students. You do your best to help and protect them. That's the kind of teacher I wanted to be. Anything for my students. And that's why I think Megumi was attracted to you, Fukuyama. You worry about your students so much that you can lose sight of your surroundings and fall into mud. You know, not every teacher has students who care about his well-being like yours do. Alright, have a good night, bro. Probably won't be on for too much long. I want to finish this chapter. What are you talking about? Doesn't remember. I need to ask you something, Tachibana. Do you think it's okay for me to continue teaching? Of course, your students look up to you. You're more than their teacher, you're their protector. Their protector. No. Oh no, no. What's wrong? I'm supposed to be seeing my students off after club activities. They might be waiting for me. Maybe. Oh, so that's why he was rushing off. Sorry, Tachibana. See you again soon. Okay, I'll handle today's check. Oh, thank you very much. Take care. He's in such a hurry. Be careful not to fall. Yeah, it's on me today. It's a messed up way to have to pay for your meal. Alright, this should be an interesting, potentially interesting conversation. Found it. Sorry to intrude. Yes, I'll be right there. Now, who are you? My name is Sam Pools. I'm from the Atsugi Detective Agency. Detective? How can I help you? Let's talk first, okay? Sorry to interrupt. I'm looking for Minoru Tsuki. I heard he works here, or at least that he used to. So I came by to see if that was true. Minoru? What do you mean you're looking for Minoru? Someone asked me to investigate Mr. Suzuki's whereabouts. Minoru is still alive? I think there's a good chance of that, yes. Give me 1 second. She went inside. You're a detective? Yes, I'm pool holes of the Itsugi Detective Agency. I'm Todoroki, head mechanic and owner of this garage. This is my wife. Sorry I'm late in saying hello. No worries. I'd like to talk to you about Minoru. Yes, that's what she said. Come on in. Thank you, I appreciate the offer. The plot thickens. Here. Thank you. I understand Minoru used to work here? Yes, he worked for me. Wow, I finally found someone who actually knows who Minoru is. Are you going to find Minoru? That would be so wonderful. Yes. Yes, it would. I'm doing my best, so I really appreciate your help. And I'm happy to give it. So ask me anything at all. I've always wondered what happened to Minoru. I want to help you find out. Thank you for your help. It'd be a dream come true for us to see Minoru again. Please, we're counting on you. I have to ask just how you plan to find somebody who's disappeared that long ago. Do you have any leads? Is this him? This sketch is an attempt to show what Minoru might look like today. Only tool I have, but it led me to you. I'd be very interested in learning anything you know. Can you give me a better look, please? Of course, go ahead. Drawn very well, don't you think, dear? Well, it's been long enough. Minoru would be about that old. I guess we're getting old, too. We first met Minoru, well, almost 20 years ago. I'll tell you, he was an interesting character from the second I saw him. 20 years ago. One day, 20 years back, I'm working in... Well, sometimes you can tell someone's watching. I looked up and saw someone staring at me in my work from the garage entrance. So a creeper even then. Nagito Nansui. Do you like cars, son? When I said that, Minoru looked so happy. He nodded his head real fast. He grinned like a child, even though he was much older. Called him over so he could see what I was doing. He got close, watched, very quiet the whole time. As Minoru stood there, his stomach started growling. And his clothes? Well, I guess you'd say it was easy to tell it had been a while since he had a roof over his head. So we invited him to dinner. I ended up letting him stay the night. What kind of person was Minoru? He was a weird guy. Always seemed like he was keeping something hidden. But he was serious about his work and always seemed like a straight shooter, you know? Sure, yeah. Well-built guy. He ate a lot of food back then. A lot of food. Oh, did he ever. He'd eat so much rice and so fast, bowl after bowl. If she cooked 3 cups of rice, it'd be too much for just us, but with him, we'd go through twice that. Wow. Always made me happy to see how much he liked my cooking. I made so many side dishes. Too many. Didn't matter. He ate all of them, too. Couldn't have been more flattered as a chef. He ate so much curry rice, I had to ask him, aren't you afraid you'll turn into a bowl of curry rice? I'd say, what kind of stomach do you have? Wasn't what he seemed at first. He seemed like a simple-minded, if nice guy, but he was sharper and more detail-oriented than you'd think. He was very careful with his work, diligent. I appreciate that. He was really quite skilled. His workmanship, and I mean this, was impeccable. Showed up suddenly 20 years ago, then took off just as quickly 2 years later. Matches up with the 18 years. Where the hell did he go, that damn fool? He was really quite skilled. Okay, think. Finally found people who knew Minoru. I've got plenty of questions for them. Clearly not. Do you know what he did before working here? From what he said, Minoru had been bouncing from one place to the next. He wasn't a local? Not so far as I know. I didn't ask where he was from because he didn't like to talk about himself. Any idea why? Dear. Eh? What was that all about? What's wrong with Mr. Todoroki? It seems like there's something he's having a hard time talking about. That's... well, it's... Let's not. We'll take her then. No. Thanks for the tea. Hot, ouch. Oh my goodness, are you okay? I get it together. Not sure what to do here. Suddenly clammed up. Wonder what's wrong. I can see you have a good soul. Minoru had eyes like yours. Oh? You're right. Now here you are trying to find Minoru. One good soul searching for another. It's not a bad deal. Okay, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you. Minoru was, well, he spent time in a juvenile detention center. Oh? I never asked what he did to land him there. I told him I wouldn't ask and that he didn't have to say anything to me if he didn't want to. A juvenile detention center. Minoru got certified as a mechanic when he was at the juvenile detention center. He said he'd always loved cars. Didn't know what put him in detention, but I could see he'd busted his ass to climb up from where he was. Liked him so much I'd offered him the chance to work with me full time. Gave him a place to live and he worked in my garage for a while. Minoru was very serious and honest. So honest, like a child. Indeed. They really cared for him. I was glad Minoru was here. He helped me out a lot. Is there anything else that stands out in your mind regarding him? Let's see. He was extremely awkward. He rarely spoke to anyone but us. I suppose you'd say he was a man of few words. He didn't say much to us either, not really, but I could tell he was kind. I wonder if I'm forgetting anything. I admit I was always surprised at how little he spoke. You know, quiet as he was, I do remember something Minoru said one day that really stood out. He said someday he'd like to give his sister a ride in his car. Is it possible that Minoru and Makoto are this? They couldn't be. No, they couldn't be. What? Minoru had a sister? Still a good soul. They don't look. No. Hmm. Now I'm confused. That adds a wrinkle. I don't know if his family ever took care of him, so I thought I should help him as I could. I thought he'd need a driver's license, so I got him his license. It made him so happy. Those were good days. The best days. It was like having a new family. Thought those days would last for a long time. Now it's like this. One day Minoru suddenly said he was quitting. Really? So Minoru quit before he disappeared. Did he give a reason for quitting? No, not to me. Minoru had his mind made up, so I didn't press. I did give him a car, though, as a parting gift. A car? It was a used car on the verge of being scrapped, but it was still a car. Gave Minoru the keys and told him, "She'll take you anywhere you want to go." His smile so big. I wanted to complain about him quitting so suddenly, but he was so happy it didn't matter what I thought. Then Minoru drove away. He and the car just disappeared. Sure, he's kept it working just fine. Oh, right. There's one more thing I gave Minoru. What's that? Sheet metal shears. What? Minoru's good at sheet metal work. It was his first job. That's so random. Sheet metal shears. Thought he ought to take the sheet metal tool he was used to using. I've got plenty of questions for these two. That just makes me wonder now. He asked for sheet metal shears, so I gave them to him. Why? Minoru said he was going with his sister. I wondered if maybe once they got where they were going, he'd get back into the car business. With his skills and those shears, he could go anywhere. But even then... Is it true about the blood they found in his home? Minoru was always a good person. Did he get mixed up in a bad situation? Mr. and Mrs. Torrico talk about Minoru like he's their own child. It must have been heartbreaking when you left them. Did you tell the police back then what you just told me? There were 2 detectives that came sniffing around here. I told them we had a Minoru who worked here, but he quit. I don't know where he went. I truly don't know where Minoru went, and I didn't tell those detectives any of the things I told you about him. They seemed so suspicious of him. I even kept it a secret that I gave Minoru a car. I don't know what else to say except, I hope you find him. We're counting on you. Please, find Minoru. Help him if you can. He has no one in the world but us. We never heard him talk about any friends. Friends. They haven't said anything about her yet. Did Minoru ever mention a woman named Ayaka? Ayaka... Do you know her? No, never heard the name. I don't know if Minoru ever had any lady friends. So they aren't familiar. Hmm. Well, I've taken up a lot of their time. Is there anything else I should ask? I started this company, almost 40 years ago. Really? That long? Yes, indeed. I've been doing this for maybe twice as long as you've been alive. Oh, that's a good one. It's a small company, so my wife helps me out. She's got a deft grip on the purse strings. That's a little rude, isn't it? Maybe, but it's true, though. Seem to be joking, but who can tell? I'd like to retire sometime, but I don't have anyone who can take over the business for me. Wish Minoru were here. Hmm. It's about time to wrap this up. Couple saw Minoru as a member of their family, but I'm only looking for him so I can solve Izuki's murder. If I tell them about why I'm really here, there's no point in talking about it. What is it? You look like you want to say something. But no link between the spotted man and Minoru. Anything I say would just make these people feel badly. No, it's nothing. Just thinking things through. Heard what I wanted to hear. Now it's time for me to leave. Thank you for your time. My apologies for staying so long. I'll get going now. Take care and get home safe. If you find Minoru, tell him I said hello, then grab him with both hands and bring him here. Getting us so worried, gonna give him a good lecturing. You got it. Gotta be getting close to the end of this chapter. They've been like an hour long. Thank you, Detective, for coming all this way. Thank you for your help. My husband had thought of doing paperwork to make Minoru a family so he could take over the garage. Oh? I agreed, of course, so if you find Minoru, please tell him he can come back anytime. I understand. I will definitely tell him. Thank you very much. Alright. Should be reviewing here and then winding down for the night. 3 in the morning. Welcome back, Sam. How did today's investigation go? Spoke with the owner of Todoroki Motors, over in Hamamatsu, about Minoru. That's great. So what did you hear? All about how he came to work there, his personality, everything. From what I've heard, Minoru doesn't sound like the kind of person we're hunting. But he did spend time in a juvenile detention center, so something must have happened in his youth. Oh, interesting. Anyway, let's review what you learned at Motors. Let's do it. While at Todoroki Motors, I learned that Minoru Suzuki is still missing. Still missing. So the couple that runs don't know his whereabouts either? Minoru didn't talk a lot, but there's one thing he definitely dreamed of doing. That dream was give his sister a ride in his own car. To give his sister a ride in his own car. He had a sister? That's what it sounds like. But he quit Todoroki Motors with almost no warning. Mr. Todoroki gave Minoru 2 gifts. The first was a car. And the second was yes, a car and a pair of sheet metal shears Mr. Todoroki gave them as a parting gift. Learning new things in the case is getting pretty complicated. Let's be careful, okay? Yeah, I agree. What's wrong? Something on your mind? We've learned a lot, but I can't find a connection between Minoru and Itsuki Sasaki. We're not getting to the bottom of anything even though we keep investigating. Don't try to rush it. It's not like you. Yeah. Oh? The phone's ringing. Hey, I think it's yours. Oh, hey, you're right. It's Mr. Itsuki. Mr. Suzuki, how are you? Hello, Sam. I've traced the origin of the Smiling Man story to Rumu Village. Rumu Village, are you sure? Rumu Village is practically a ghost town, older population, most visitors are people going to or from the city. It's difficult to find anyone who knew much of value, but I finally found someone who knew the origins of the Smiling Man. The story seems to stem from events that took place 30 years ago in the village. However, it's not a story about a killer wearing a paper bag and terrorizing the populace. Oh? It's just like Fukuyama said. As the story spread, it mutated into what we think of as the Smiling Man today, and I'm certain that what happened 18 years ago had a big effect on the legend. I'll tell you more when I get home. Until then, yeah? There's someone involved in this story whose name I think you'll recognize. Do you know who I'm talking about? It's Makoto? It would have to be. I don't think it's him. Or is it? It has to be someone older. Yumiko? Yumiko, right? Unfortunately, that's wrong. The person most closely associated with the origin of Smiling Man is Minoru. Guess my initial thought was right. I'm overthinking it. The assumption is that Suzuki disappeared and died, but even if that's the case, I believe he was deeply connected to the case. Keep up the good work, you two. Understood. Leave it to us. I'm counting on you two to keep the investigation going until I'm back. Well, there's our connection between Minoru and Smiling Man. Seems likely Megumi and Detective Kusei saw Minoru dressed as a Smiling Man, doesn't it? If that's the case, that would give us Suzuki's murderer. Well, now I feel like we're a step away from solving the whole case. Yeah, that's the spirit. Yes. If Minoru is the Smiling Man, he's probably hiding in Kafuku City. I'll go back to Motors tomorrow and chat with the owner some more. But when I was on the phone, she was close. I almost forgot something important. Important now. The tie you told me about yesterday, I borrowed one because I had a hunch. Ah, here it is. What do you think? It looks similar to the one I saw, but where did this tie come from? I borrowed it from Mr. Fukuyama. It's a tie from the junior high school. Oh? Oh, that pattern. I think it's the same one I saw on the tie in Detective Kusei's apartment. Huh? Why would a tie from the junior high school be in Detective Kusei's apartment? Hmm, that's a good question. Hey, you know the picture of Izuki that Inspector Kamada showed me at the pumping station? Oof, look at those marks. I don't think Izuki was wearing a tie. Oh? So what happened to the tie? Maybe it's the one you saw in Detective Kusei's apartment? I don't know. It looked like a tie from the junior high school, but it's possible Izuki took it off once he got home. There's just no guarantee that the tie in Detective Kusei's apartment belonged to Izuki, but you can't rule it out. Hmm. There was a motorcycle spotted near where the body was found. And Detective Kusei rides a motorcycle. And she had a tie that looked just like the one he could have worn in her apartment. I don't want to think about it. But is it possible? Could Detective Kusei be a suspect in Izuki's murder? Hey, I was wondering. You think it's possible that Detective Kusei sees the tie as evidence? Hmm. Even if she did, it's strange that she'd keep it at home instead of turning it over to forensics. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Wow. What's going on? Maybe Detective Kamahara. Hmm. I should just talk to him rather than speculate. Hello, Kamahara here. Sorry for calling so late. Do you have a moment? What's up? Is there any chance you can meet tomorrow morning? Anything for the boy detective. I'll try to make time before work. Thank you. I'll just wait for you in front of the Suga Detective Agency if that's alright. You got it, buddy. See you then. Yep, see you tomorrow. Detective Kamahara came and met with me the next morning, and we chatted as he drove. In the back of my mind, I was probably hoping he'd laugh off my suspicions about Detective Kusei. I would have liked him to say, "What are you talking about? You're overthinking it." Suspicion. So, what's up, boy detective? To what do I owe the pleasure of your cold call? Because if you're just missing me, then hey, I'm here anytime you need a little dice in your life. No, that's not it. Ah, too bad. So, seem a bit off. What's bugging you? I just need to talk to you about something. What? Don't tell me you solved the case, or do tell me. Who did it? Uh, really? I was just wondering how Detective Kusei is doing, lately, with everything that has happened. Worried about my senpai, eh? Aw. She doesn't seem any different than usual, to be honest. Ah. I mean, I did see her practically jump out of her skin the other day at an unexpected loud clunk sound, but even I flinched at that. Anyone would. I see. What are you getting at anyway? Is there something you're stuck on? Neckties. Huh? When Izuki was found, he was wearing his school uniform, but not his tie, right? That's right. Don't tell me that the boy detective found his tie somehow. Well, I found the tie at Detective Kusei's apartment that looked like the ones they wear at his junior high. What? Hold on. Let me find a place to park. Yeah. That's a big deal. Yeah. What the hell kind of... Sorry. Have you heard anything from Detective Kusei about it? No, nothing in particular. So I was in her apartment waiting for both of you to return when I noticed a box on the floor. A few things were spilling out, so I thought I'd help tidy up and put the box on the table. But that's when I noticed the tie. It looked like the ones they wear at the junior high. Huh? Why didn't you open up the envelope? Why would she have that tie? Don't you think it's a little suspicious? So you think, hmm? You actually think she's the culprit? You think Junko Kusei killed Izuki Sasaki and then took his tie and keeps it at her place? Well, that's all you have to say? I'll take it as a yes. That's not exactly what I'm saying. It's fair to wonder about why she'd have a tie like that, but suspicious is a bridge too far. There are lots of reasons she could have a tie. What do you think it means? But then you have to go back to the fact that she has a motorcycle I told you there was a motorcycle at the scene and you didn't relay that to anyone, like you're trying to hide that information. Hmm. And are you sure it's the exact same tie? Couldn't the pattern just be similar? The pattern looks like it contains the emblem from junior high, so really, looks like. Did you actually compare a genuine tie with this one? No, I didn't go that far. Well, then you have insufficient evidence. Hmm. So, be real with me. Do you really think Detective Kusei is the killer? I don't think she is, but I think she knows who it is and is hiding it, honestly. So, are you going to answer my question or what? I don't think Detective Kusei is a culprit. Yet. Yet. Wow. Hmm. I think it's a lost cause. I don't have enough evidence to convince Detective Kamahara of my suspicions. But he has to be wondering about that tie, right? Why would it be in Detective Kusei's apartment? I mean, sure, it's a long shot, but I should ask as many questions as possible at this point. The motorcycle, that's the one. That is the one that really has me holding up on this. So, do you remember how I told Detective Kusei about the eyewitness account of the motorcycle? She never told you about that, did she? Well, that's all you have to say? I'll take it as a no. Ha! Well played, boy detective. The boy detective is being cheeky. But it is true, she didn't tell me about the motorcycle. Still, what's your point? Well, Detective Kusei rides a motorcycle. So, ride a motorcycle too. So does Inspector Kamada. Are we all suspects too? Even Inspector Kamada? Any other motorcycle riders on the force? You can't just pin everything on Junko. Or can you, boy detective? Hmm. But why wouldn't you say, like, why wouldn't you tell? Okay, let me ask you something else. Do you remember the hair clip? Oh, yeah, it was in the mail slot at Detective Kusei's apartment, right? That's right. But she reacted oddly to it, remember? Hmm? I mean, that tracks. How would you react if someone put a hair clip with a random name in your mail slot? You'd be creeped out, right? So would anyone. Well, I think it's possible that the hair clip actually belonged to Detective Kusei herself. Based on what? Detective Kusei's grandmother showed me a photo of her as a young girl wearing the same clip. Hmm. Apparently, it was a treasured gift from her mother. What's more, she supposedly lost the clip the same day that Makoto disappeared. I think that explains the reaction she had. She recalled something about that night and looked away. So, what's your point? Besides, if it was really hers, how do you explain the name Emiko on the piece of paper? Well, also, it didn't look like a particularly unique hair clip to me. It looks like you could buy it anywhere. You have a point. Then why are we still even talking about hair clips? Of course, he's going to be standoffish because this is partner. Are all PIs liable to speculate like this when they don't have all the facts, or just you? So then the smiling man. So about this smiling man. I'm ready to believe he's real, but I have no idea who he is or what he could possibly want. Isn't it strange that Emio would show up at Detective Kusei's home? Like, how do you know that? Well, I guess you followed her. Well, nah, yeah, you followed her. But why did you follow her is the question. Why go there? Just a coincidence? I think he was going specifically to see Detective Kusei herself. Some people just hate cops, you know? Maybe it was some psycho out for revenge. I suppose. But isn't it strange that no one else saw him? There were no eyewitnesses. We're going on Detective Kusei's word that Emio showed up at her place. Hmm. Maybe he didn't really go there. Maybe Detective Kusei made up the whole thing. Ooh, he's pissed. Come on, you were there. You saw how she was. She was terrified, man. How can you think she was faking it? If that was acting, give her Best Actress right now. There's no way she was faking. Believe me, I know her. Sorry for the outburst. Uh, um, forget it. I'll just take you to Kafuku Station now. Okay, yes. Awkward. Thanks for the ride. Hmm, yeah. Just so you know, you should probably stay away from Detective Kusei for a while. What? She's got good instincts. She'll know exactly what you're thinking. I hope you make it through this alive. Toodles. Hmm. Never seen Detective Kamahara so passionate. That was surprising. Then again, he didn't completely laugh off my theory. But maybe I am overthinking it. No. Any reasonable theory should be considered, and that hair clip still bugs me. Hmm. I need to change my mindset. What should I focus on now? Well, if it's possible that the smiling man that Megumi and Detective Kusei saw is actually Minoru, I should explore the possibility that he's actually lurking around the city somewhere. I suppose the most natural place he might pop up would be Motors. I can't think of any other plausible locations. I should ask them to let me know the moment they hear from him, if they ever do. Alright. This might be an uncomfortable conversation. It's closed. What the hell? No sign of anyone here. There's no one else. The shutters are closed. They were open when I stopped by yesterday. Cool name for a garage like this, spelled with so many car kanji. The sign on the door. It's locked. Thank you, Captain Obvious. This building is definitely showing its age. This is a garage owned by Mr. and Mrs. Todoroki, but no one's here now. I wonder if they're out. First, I should see if they are there. Well, then what the hell am I supposed to do? Not sure what I'm doing here. A sign. Oh, there's a sign that reads, "I'll be back at noon." I guess they went somewhere. I've got some time to kill between now and then. What should I do? Oh, maybe I could check out the apartment where Minoru used to live. If I recall, said it was in... okay. Oh, this could be awkward. Hopefully they cleaned it up. People around here might know something about the apartment where Minoru lives. Where's that old-ass lady at? There's a lady. Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Yeah, what is it? There was an incident at an apartment building near here about 18 years back, and what kind of incident are you talking about? A series of young girls were murdered. The man we believe was involved. He disappeared without a trace, but the story is that his apartment was covered in blood. Ugh, that's horrible. I hate the sight of blood. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to find this apartment, and I think it was right near here. Well, I'm not from around here, actually. Sorry. Ah, I see. Sorry for bothering you. He looks busy, so he probably won't know. You're not talking to anyone, so you might know. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Yeah, come on over here. I'm just dealing with a few things here. One sec. Okay. I'll come back to that later. Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Sure. Have a look around. Hey, you need any eggplant? It's an excellent price. Plant yourself in produce and get to shopping. Oh, sorry, I didn't come here to order veggies. Not a customer, eh? Why don't you come back after closing time then? Apologies. The kids. Is a smiling man here? Hello? Emio? Just kidding. Hey kids. Huh? Oh, they were just here a minute ago. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk? What the hell are you doing? I'm sorry. Huh? I wasn't talking to you, bud. I'm on the phone right now. Oh, I see. Got a deal? It's 100 million yen. Take it or leave it, okay? 100 million, 800 yen. You lousy cheapskate. Something tells me this person is busy. Kids are back over here. Hey, kids. Huh? The same kids I saw yesterday, weren't they? Yesterday? And then they just laughed. It looked creepy. Hmm? Ah, boo. I thought you'd be totally surprised. Should have tried to sound scarier. Hey, what are you doing? What are you guys doing wearing those bags on your heads? We're playing Smiling Man, duh. I'm sure that's something you want to play. Guess the publicity hasn't exactly died down. I'm Emio. I'm scary. Give you forever smile. Not you, though. And they laugh. Dorks. Do you know the Smiling Man? Yeah, I know about him. Actually, I'm investigating him. Wait, are you a weirdo? A weirdo? Yeah, grown-ups who aren't interested in the Smiling Man are always weirdos. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. He's a pervert. You understand that weirdo and pervert are very different things? But your zipper is down. Now we know you're a pervert and a weirdo, and you probably live in a haunted apartment. Haunted apartment? What do you mean? Yeah. I mean, you probably live in some creepy haunted apartment, duh. Yeah, like where the Smiling Man lives, right? Isn't that spooky? What do you mean, where the Smiling Man lives? Where? Oh, I don't know. My mom and dad won't tell me. They just say it's not safe. Just because it's all old and run down, I think. I heard that the Smiling Man lives in a red room. The walls and tatami mats are 100% red. They say he's always laughing in that room. You can hear it echoing throughout the building. No, I heard you can hear him screaming, like, yeah. But anyway, supposedly no one lives in that haunted apartment anymore. But why don't you go have a look for yourself, Mr. Pervert? Tell us if the Smiling Man is there. Hey, you kids, quit wearing those horrible things around. It's dangerous. Ah, crap, run. And they're gone. Smiling Man's haunted apartment completely red. So Minoru disappeared 18 years ago, leaving behind bloodstains in his apartment. Seems like the haunted apartment the kids spoke of could have been his place. I don't expect to find anything groundbreaking, but it's a good idea to check it out. The only question is, where is it? The kids didn't have any info on that front. Alright, I may be able to get the location from Mr. and Mrs. Todoroki. It's not noon, so there's no point in coming here, but why the hell did you let me travel here? Excuse me, do you have a moment? And I said, you know, it's been so tough to get anything done without it. Oh, that's awful. Could you believe it? We had the same thing happen at our house. And they're laughing. It's so hard to get things done without it. I don't know what to do anymore. Right? I have no idea what they're talking about, but they're sure passionate about it. Back to the kids. Do you have a minute? Oh, it's the weirdo again. Dude, what is it? You sure you don't know where the haunted apartment is? Nope. I'll have to ask someone else. Kids don't know where the haunted apartment is. I'll have to ask someone else. Okay. I guess there's no point in staying here. To travel. Bye, weirdo. Bye-bye. It's not noon, so there's no point in coming here yet. Then where am I supposed to go? Oh, yeah, here and see if anyone knows. That makes sense. I could ask Mama Shoko. That's a possibility. And those stores are open yet. I don't know where to go. Doesn't want me in the first spot. There's really kind of nothing to do here. Sorry, the number you have dialed cannot be reached. The phone may be out of range or unavailable. No one else to talk to, though. I don't know what to do. It has to be here. There's nowhere else to go. There we go. Looks like half of the road is blocked for road construction. Oh, I wonder if the sound of this construction is what I heard at the Kafuku station. I should talk to some people around here. Maybe they'll know about the haunted apartment. Excuse me. What? Can't hear you. Come over here. I'd like to talk to you. You want to stalk a dude? Yeah, is now good? Do you have time? No, I don't have any lines. Why would you ask that? I'm busy. I don't have time for this. Excuse me, could I ask you a few questions? Hey, I'm working here. Get out of here. It's dangerous. Right, sorry. Oh, there's a security guard here. Maybe I can talk to him. Happy Halloween. I don't know how we go. I need to get him to move. Excuse me. Weird. Oh, the construction noise stopped. How can I help you? Sorry I yelled at you earlier, pal. Oh no, I'm sorry for bothering you. So, how can I help you? I'm actually looking for someone. I was told that he lived in an apartment around here. Oh, yeah. No, I can't help you with that. Oh? I ain't from around here. I just work in the area. I see. But I don't know. I guess I've been working here all day, so maybe I've seen him. Who are you looking for? Oh. Ah, what do I know? I'll probably point you in the wrong direction. I'm looking for someone named Minoru Suzuki. Ah, well, I wouldn't know the name even if I did see him. If I showed you the sketch. This is the person I'm looking for. His name is Minoru Suzuki. And you just got this sketch? I ain't never seen or met anyone like that before. Why are you looking for this guy? I'm actually a detective. No kidding? Like on TV? You ever be like, I object, or something? Ace Attorney. Good stuff. Oh, he's thinking of a lawyer. Watch out, we got a boy detective here. Okay. I don't know that person. Talk to the guard. Oh hey, did you need something from me or... Oh sorry, I'll be on my way. Let me talk to you. Back to you. I must have missed something. You again, I'm busy. What do you want? I don't know that person. I don't know what to do from here though. What about Makoto? I don't know who that is. I ain't got no friends named Suzuki unless... Unless what? Something wrong? No, I'm just thinking. Thought that name sounded familiar, but that ain't the guy you're looking for. Too much of a coincidence, right? But, Bro. I wonder if he actually does know Minoru somehow. All I've got to work with here is a sketch. I'll show it to him again. I don't know anybody like that. Well, but it seemed like the name was familiar to him. Speaking of, I feel like he had a bit of a reaction to the sketch of Makoto. What was that guy's name? The one you're looking for? Oh, it's Minoru Suzuki. Hey, I just remembered. I think I know him. Oh? Yeah, and this is Suzuki. What the hell? Ooh. Ooh. What? That can't be right. The sketch I'm showing you is of Makoto Kusei. Kusei, don't know anything about that. That's Suzuki, I guarantee it. What? Well, I guess it is just a drawing, huh? Why don't you let me see both sketches, huh? Let's see. Yep, that's Suzuki. Damn sure of it. And it can't be the other way around. Really? What the hell does he mean? Hey, I'd tell you to go ask someone else. Trouble is, I'm the only one who worked with Suzuki here at this site. Were you working with Minoru at this construction site? Yeah, I think so. It was definitely in Kafuku City, I think. And yeah, your man Suzuki was on the job. Really? Can't say if his first name was Minoru or not, but I'm pretty sure his last name was Suzuki. I may look like a jabroni, but I got a pretty good memory, you know? Interesting. I don't think he's lying, but what could it mean? Yeah, that Suzuki was a weird guy, kind of the spacey type, didn't talk much. On top of all that, the guy was always wearing a face mask. I hardly ever saw him take it off. Oh, he wore a mask? Yeah, I mean, some folks in this line of work want to stay anonymous, I get it. I'm sure he had his reasons. Interesting. The guy looked at the sketch of Makoto and said it was Suzuki. Of course, 12 sketches are just guesses by the artist based on those photos. Well, the artist could have been a bit off with her predictions, but it still seems unlikely that you mistake one for the other when they look so different. What if that worker was about to eat his lunch? That means it must be noon and the folks at Todoroki Motors should be back by now. I should head there. That's a wrinkle. That is a wrinkle. An unexpected one at that. I should be back by now, but... Oh good, the shutters are open. Hello? Oh, it's you, detective. Hello, thank you for your help yesterday. Oh, it's nothing, you can come back anytime. And we'll see about that. Well, since I'm here, can I ask a few more questions? It won't take long. Oh, sure, I don't mind. Great, thank you. Actually, I had something to tell you first, and I'm hoping to confirm something else. Yes, what is it? Well, I put together that Minoru could be living somewhere in the city. Are you serious? Minoru is alive and living right here in the city? Seems likely, yes. If he contacts you, will you please let me know? Yes, of course I would. I wonder if Mr. Todoroki is here. Sorry, before we go on, can you tell me how you know that Minoru is in town? Well, it's... Oh boy. It's natural for her to be curious. I could tell her why I suspect that Minoru is likely in town, but in order to explain, I'll have to talk about Izuki's case. Of course, Minoru disappeared shortly after being named a person of interest 18 years ago. If I say anything about him possibly being involved in Izuki's death, it'll naturally be upsetting for Mrs. Todoroki to hear. But I'd really like to get her reaction to the sketches again, and I have more questions I need to answer. So what's the best way for me to ensure that she cooperates with my investigation? Obviously lying, so will I. Oh no, that's not right. I don't want to lie to her. Damn it. I mean, I do, but you won't let me, so whatever. I should be honest with her and ask for her cooperation. That's what I get for trying to be a liar. Oh boy, here we go. I understand why you want to know, and I'll explain, but is Mr. Todoroki around? No, I'm afraid he's out delivering a car. Huh. Well, would it be alright if we waited until he returns? No, I can't wait. Tell me now. I need to know. Very well. Mrs. Todoroki, are you aware of the recent strangulation of a middle school student in the area? Huh? Well, yes. I mean, I saw something about it on the news. Okay, well, I'm currently part of the team that's investigating the case. Oh. We have discovered a connection between this case and one from 18 years ago involving Minoru. And recently some new information has come to light. I have reason to believe that a person of interest from the old case may be involved in this new incident. And I'm afraid to say that there's a good chance that that person is Minoru Suzuki. What? If he is in the area, I thought there's a chance that he might try to contact you or Mr. Todoroki. That's why I'm here today. The apartment that Minoru was living in was right here in Kamimatsu, wasn't it? Yeah, she's gonna get quiet. That's what I was afraid of. Are you familiar with the urban legend known as Emio or the Smiling Man? Yeah, she's not gonna say anything. Have you noticed anything unusual lately, like, say, any phone calls that were silent on the other end? You really think our Minoru did it? No, I can't say for certain at this stage. It's just, I can't rule it out either. No, she's not happy. Oh, that seemed to get a reaction. Please leave. What? Get out of here. I have nothing more to say to someone who thinks our Minoru could have done such a thing. Oh, yep, she's pissed. Minoru was like a son to her, so it's like I just accused her son of murder. No wonder she's upset. But I need the location of the apartment and to see how the Todorokus react to the sketch. In short, I need them. I knew I should have waited for Mr. Todoroki to get back first. There we go. Now he'll be mad too. Oh, it's that young detective, eh? What brings you here today? Wait, did you already find Minoru? There's no way, right? Come on, what's with the sourpuss? My wife and I are counting on you. Sweetie. Yeah? You two want to clue me into whatever the hell is going on? Yes, of course. I told him everything that I told Mrs. Todoroki. Now he's gonna be mad too. I see. Get out of here. I said get out of here. What? You think some murder that just happened is connected to something from 18 years ago? And Minoru's no criminal. Mark my words. My wife and I know Minoru better than anyone. There's no way he could be a murderer. What gives you the right to come here and accuse him? No, I'm not. You little punk. Are you even a real detective, or are you just a pawn for them trying to get close to us? Did you actually think we'd help you find Minoru and turn him in? What a joke. What if they are mad? Are you going to find Minoru? That would be so wonderful. Yes. Yes, it would. Minoru disappeared all those years ago. Since he was like a child to the Todorokis, I can't imagine how much they've worried over the years. Of course, if I find Minoru, the first thing I'll have to do is inform Inspector Kamada. Now, Mr. Todoroki said that he's never told the police what he shared with me yesterday. And yet, I was speaking with him under the assumption that Minoru was a killer. I can't imagine they would have cooperated if they had known that. I'll feel so cruel. This music. What are you doing just standing there when I told you to get out? Honey, bring me some salt. What's gonna do some salt on me? Can't believe I said you have a good soul. You wouldn't know truth if it hit you in the face. I can see you have a good soul. I'm about to get the salt like Mr. Fuji did to Bret Hart at, was it WrestleMania 9? They have every right to be angry. Poor Mr. Todoroki. Said I had a good soul and eyes like Minoru. Eyes like Minoru? Eyes like Minoru. Are you joking? No, I'm not joking. Don't you listen? I said get out of here. I'm not leaving, so deal with it. What? Wish I could help them. They put their faith in me. I get the sense that they're genuinely concerned for Minoru and just want to see him again. And it feels like I'm the only one who can make that happen. Only me, the detective. Mr. Todoroki, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I just want to get to the truth. Maybe Minoru is guilty, or maybe not. How dare you? Or maybe he was just caught up in the case from 18 years ago and the real killer is using that. Either way, it's why I've got to find him. It's my duty as a detective. But thanks to you, I think I'm on the right track. I just need your support. Ain't happening. You will help me. You will. I think. Well, they won't talk to me. Minoru ain't gonna call us. He's not an idiot. If what you say is true, then I'm sure he's aware that he's a suspect, which means there's no way he'd contact us. That's what I think anyway. Because he wouldn't want to get you involved at all. Yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. I mean, even knowing he's a suspect, deep down, I still want to see Minoru. We miss him. So I've decided that we will continue helping you with your investigation. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Alright. Now look at this damn sketch. So what you're saying is when I play, well, maybe not Wukong, if I have like salt spells, I could just breeze through the game. You're not reacting to it. React to it, please. Thank goodness they've changed their minds. It seems like they'll cooperate. There's just one condition. If you find Minoru, we're the first to know. He'd never lie to us. He'll tell us the truth, and I'll tell you. I understand. Do you know if Minoru's former apartment is still intact? Yeah, it's just like it was. No one wanted to move into that creepy place. The lease was in my name, but he left it in such a state. Let me tell you, the landlord let me have it, that insensitive old windbag. Where is the apartment located? You actually want to see it? You're pretty curious, aren't you? Well, it sounds like some of the kids in the area refer to it as a haunted apartment. I don't want a jump scare. Haunted apartment, eh? That's nonsense, honey. Why don't you draw my map? Yes, just a moment. Thank you, I'd appreciate it. Alright. We're working on the map right now. Give us a second. The Smiling Man? What's that? Did you ever hear Minoru say that name? Ah, never. First of all, the kid barely speaks. He only says the minimum words required. Don't remember Minoru telling me that. You're young, but you got guts. I like you. Sorry for yelling earlier. No, you're not. No, I'm the one who should apologize. Still, I'm afraid I don't have anything else to tell you. You covered it all yesterday. I have nothing more to say to you. Good. What's up, Montez? Right, I need to have them take a look at the sketch. Who is this guy? So you agree that this sketch looks like what you imagine Minoru would look like now, right? Yes, that's right. But I haven't seen him for years. It's possible that he looks different now. Right. But, you know, he was a grown man when he left. So I wouldn't expect his appearance would change that much. Of course, you're right. So yeah, I just look at that and I can tell. That's Minoru. Something about the eyes. Mr. Todoroki said even after 18 years, he'd recognize someone who was that close, but that worker was sure that the sketch of Makoto was his. So really, who the hell is this guy? Well, I met a construction worker in the area earlier today who said he knew Suzuki. What? Really? Yes, I know. So anyway, I showed him both of these sketches. He says that this one is Suzuki. Huh? What the hell's that supposed to mean? Sorry it took me so long. I'm a bit clumsy. I'm good, Montez. Hopefully you're doing well. Wow. Statue Minoru is really well done. No matter how I look at it, that's Minoru, right? Glad they can confirm it's definitely Minoru. There's no way we could mistake him. Huh? Wait, what? What's that for? I get it. There's your real culprit. He's been doing bad things and pinning him on Minoru. Oh? That's the real killer. You think so too, don't you? Well, I don't really know. It makes sense that Mr. Todoroki would think that, but there's no way that Makoto Kusei is impersonating Minoru. Please find Minoru soon, but also, you've got to catch that guy who's out there impersonating him and turn him into the cops. Yes, please find Minoru for us. Here's a map to the apartment he used to live in. I'll do my best. Thank you so much for the map. Great. Now I know the way to Minoru's apartment. Thank you for your cooperation. Of course. Be careful out there. Take care of Minoru if you find him. I will. I'll take